Caricature drawing or exaggeration. The idea here is, and usually for the sake of humor, artists have taken things that when we look at a face, things that are unusual from the sort of the ideal face, and exaggerated those parts. So when we look at this young man right here, he has a little bit smaller eyes than normal. So you notice the artist made it smaller. His ears stick out a little bit, and the artist made it stick out a lot. And basically, doing a caricature is what you're doing is you're taking the way we memorize faces, and the way we memorize faces is not by like a photograph would and remember every detail. Instead, we look at that person and we just sort of do the in our brains what the difference is. So I recognize that this is the guy with the slightly smaller eyes and slightly bigger ears, and that's what ends up being on the caricature drawing. Here's a picture of Cameron Diaz and lots of celebrities and politicians will get their caricature done either and on purpose or by accident. But if we look at her, we'll notice that she has a very big mouth and a small nose and big eyes. And if you take that and exaggerate that out, then you get your caricature drawing. Jack Black. And many of my students say when we look at this is that this looks more like Jack Black than his photograph does. Because our brain remembers he's got kind of a squunch face with a lot of hair, kind of wide face, and that's what we memorize. Einstein is a classic one to exaggerate. He's got the big mustache and big nose, and you'll see that's exactly what they did here. Here's one of Marilyn Monroe, and she often is used for caricature drawings. You don't have to be ugly to make it a character drawing. Marilyn Monroe looks pretty good. She's got dreamy eyes, small mouth, luscious lips, and this actually kind of accents those good qualities as well as kind of make them the bad qualities. This is Mick Jagger. He's known for having a very big mouth, and so. Like I say, I still think that looks more like him than that photograph did. So it just depends. Now, what makes a good caricature drawing? This one of Bruce Willis. You'll notice that Bruce Willis has also small eyes, long face, kind of a big upper lip, like where the mustache would go, and big ears. And I found two caricature drawings. This one right here that did those very same things: small eyes, big ears. Small mouth, but I don't think this looks like Bruce Willis as much as this does. He got that partial smile. He got the eyes right. These are like more like puffy eyes, where these are just thin eyes, and there's just something about this portrait that looks a lot like the original. Lady Gaga. It's a long nose, kind of a small chin. And I think they like to do singers with big mouths, so you see it with a big mouth. Here's one of Will Smith, and they always have his ears sticking out, but really his ears they're small, they just stick out a little bit. He has kind of a squished face, and she has a very long face, and so the artist really played on the fact that oops, sorry. Let me do that again. The artist really played on the fact that she has a very long face. Now, like I said, if you're a politician, you're going to get made fun of a lot. And I like this one just because we have the source material here. There's where he was sitting, and it's the tie he used, and the artist exaggerated it. Not my favorite, self-portrait. I do like the pencil work in that. It's so much better. This is such more of a professional because there's just something about those eyes and that nose and the mouth. Even though it's all stretched out in kind of a weird shape, it definitely looks like Obama. We always have fun trying to find the different presidents in this one. At least all the presidents I know. It's not all of the presidents, but when you go to do a caricature, you look at your face and say, how is my face different than the normal? Do I have a bigger mouth? Make the mouth very big. If I have kind of dreamy eyes, dreamy eyes. This is Logan. He's one of my students a couple of years ago, and one of his best things he did in my class was his caricature drawing, and he really accented his ears, his mouth, and most of all about this drawing, it seemed like he had fun with it, and and that's the goal. All right? So I hope that helps you in understanding and doing a caricature drawing.